Hi guys, it is Tamika L. Sims and it is time for this week's Dope Media Report. We begin our report in the state of North Carolina. A group of North Carolina legislators introduced a bill to legalize marijuana on 420. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. On the Stoners holiday, a group of 4 representatives from the North Carolina House introduced HB 617, also known as Cannabis Legalization and Regulation, to the House of Representatives. Now, what this bill would allow is individuals ages 21 and older to possess up to 2 ounces of cannabis, 15 grams of concentrated cannabis, or up to 6 plants that they could cultivate in their house. Now, with Virginia being the first southern state to legalize, of course, all eyes are on the South as we continue to make forward progress and forward movement to legalizing cannabis. And speaking of the South, the mayor of Birmingham, Alabama, has pardoned some 15,000 marijuana convictions, some of these convictions dating back to 1990, which means that some of these convictions are more than 30 years old. Now, when asked why he's doing this, Mayor Randall Woodfin said this, that the reason he's doing this is because no one should be held up by a single past mistake. Now, this pardon does not affect any pending cases, nor does it cancel any additional fines or fees for a marijuana conviction. And finally, with all of the conversation happening across the country and throughout the world about legalization, one has to wonder, why hasn't the federal government legalized marijuana? Now, that is cause for speculation across many spectrums, and even you watching this broadcast, you may have your own reasons why the federal government hasn't made any legalization efforts. But according to an article that we placed on cannabiscuits.com, it just may not be an issue that President Biden wants to deal with in this early leg of his presidency. Now, of course, when he was running, he didn't run on a platform of cannabis reform. However, he has always been in favor of decriminalizing the plant, even though he's not in favor of legalizing it at the federal level. But at least removing those federal penalties will continue to allow individual states to enact their own laws. And as we've seen, the more than 17 states in the district that have legalized up to this point in the year, we see that more states are making movement towards marijuana legalization. And for those that have not legalized recreationally, they are in fact legalizing medical marijuana. So we'll continue to keep you posted as more updates are coming through the federal government. And of course, as more states continue to legalize either on the recreational or the medical side, and let you know what's going on in the cannabis industry across this country. Now, one thing's for sure, the cannabis industry has already been identified as a top industry that will continue to boom, will continue to generate economic growth as well as financial increases in local neighborhoods, communities, cities, and states across this country. And so we know that it's an industry that needs our attention, and it needs to be legalized. We need to remove marijuana from the Controlled Substances Act so that we can continue to give those individuals with prior convictions a better quality of life, and therefore not only just moving our country forward, but moving our individual nations forward. And so that is all for this week's Dope Media Report. We invite you to stay connected with us on cannabiscuits.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, search Cannabiscuits TV, as well as connect with us on our social media at Canna_biscuits. That's all for this week's Dope Media Report, and we will see you guys next time.